Hi everybody and welcome to Stuff 4. In franchise terms that says up to Alien Resurrection, which in a way kind of feels quite appropriate for what I'm going to show you today. I've been referring to this one in my mind as the arty one. You'll see why when we get to the sort of main part of it. Because I've been thinking of it that way, I thought I would dress appropriately. So I went for my arty wardrobe. Before we get into the stuff that I've got, just some news and stuff that I haven't. Basically big stuff news. Big stuff news is big stuff blues this week. So there's a piece of furniture that I'd ordered for the other room and it's with them. They arranged, so they contacted me and sort of said, will it be okay to deliver? And I explained to them, although I'm on the main road, there's a massive wide pavement outside where I live. So a lot of guys just bump up in their vans and it's not a problem at all. They can deliver very easily. So I sent them all this information, said, look, there's a really wide pavement, delivery lorries, removal lorries, everything pull up on it, it's not an issue. And they got back to me and said, yep, no problem, we'll deliver on Thursday. Next minute, I look outside and basically there's roadworks. Full stretch of the pavement, it's gasworks actually. So they've started some gasworks right outside our flats and they've coned off the whole big broad pavement. So I thought I should be fair. So I went back to them and said, look, this is what's happened. There's now cones blocking off the whole pavement. And they said, no, we're not going to deliver that. It's too tricky. Just give us an email when when the cones are away. So that's a bit disappointing. But it would have been quite nice to get, at least I've got two things and it would be nice to get one of them. But, it's no big deal. As long as it doesn't drag on too long, the work is still going on and that'll be a week tomorrow. So let's just see what happens there. Hopefully it won't be such a big deal. Okay, so that's that. Let's go on to some small stuff, so little things that I've got. So it's getting colder now, so no more shorts, tracky bottoms, started wearing them. So that's going to be what we're going to be wearing into the winter, 2 pairs. Got a couple more masks, just a black one. And it said it was red online, but it actually looks burgundy. So I think it might actually go quite well. Jumper, I'll give that a go later on. I've ordered a couple of sort of Halloween related masks. I don't know if anyone else has done that, but yeah, I went online and I looked and I found a couple that I'm quite happy with. I think a lot of people are having the same idea because the delivery dates are quite scary, whether I actually get them in time for Halloween or not. And there was some things I ordered a while ago that was kind of quite Halloween related. So maybe I'll do a Halloween special and just show you all the stuff that I've got that is kind of horror or Halloween related that I expect probably is going to arrive sometime in October. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Okay. As you know, I got my coffee table the other week there and it made me start thinking about, I've got to put this little, you can't see it. Anyway, I put this little sort of glass, tea light thing on there. I've had it for ages and it's always had white in it. And now I've decided, no, I need coloured tea lights. So I've got this colour in at the moment. It's like a teal, and it's kind of a teal. And I've got yellow ones that I can use as well. So that's very exciting. So, the coffee table is almost like turned into a project. Now I've got some new coasters coming, which I will show you when they come. I got this, which James Brown, triple album, live in Paris. 1970 something. I think I'd just been looking up James Brown albums and just going by what everyone else said. It is really good. It's a weird setup though, because the first album was side 1 and side 6, the second album was side 2 and side 5, and the third album was side 3 and side 4. Now I've never come across that before. I don't know if anyone else has. It's a new one on me. The only obviously every double album I've got is just 1, 2, 3, 4 sequential. I've got one box set that my friend Richard got for me. It's Bruce Springsteen 5 album box set. It's really, really good. And it's sequential. So this, as I say, is a new one of me. Is anyone else, has got an album where it isn't sequential? I'd be really interested to hear, so you can let me know in the comments. Thank you. Okay, and then this arrived just today. So Elton John, Madman Across the Water. This is actually inspired by the Father John Misty album that Richard got me for my birthday. And you just listening to it, it just makes me think of Elton John so much. And I started looking at Elton John. I've got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and I don't really like it a huge amount. So I thought, what the hell? I thought I'd give this one a go. So it's still in the cellophane, so I'll probably give that a listen later on. Okay, so that's just the sort of general stuff. Okay, and as I said, arty things. Hang on a second. Okay, so starting with the very small. So like a little Francis Bacon picture. I've been watching Edge of the Image. That's been like my documentary go-to series for the last couple of weeks. And I think in episode 2 or 3 they start talking about Francis Bacon, and they use that picture which is called 1946. And it's a bit overpowering. I don't know if you could really handle a big one, so I got quite a small one. Now I'm just trying to figure out whether I should bother with a frame or whether I should just, kind of leave as is. There's a little sticker, so I can stick it onto something. I can stick it onto the wall quite easily. And quite frankly, every frame I've looked at is like 3 times as dearer than the picture, which kind of puts me off. Maybe mention that in a second, but yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Okay, so that's the small one. Let's get to the big ones. Okay, right, climax. I'd mentioned this a few weeks ago. So this is a film that I saw. I've got the soundtrack. I really like the imagery that comes with it. So I think I mentioned I was going to get something else. I've got a really big poster. It actually goes the other way up, or should do anyway. So I got that, and then this one I'm really pleased with. Gong. So this is the last King Kong film was called Skull Island, and I mean that looks so apocalypse now, doesn't it? With the helicopters coming in, and and Kong standing. And the guy who made the film, I can't remember his name, said that's exactly what he was going for. Apocalypse now was a big influence. And I've got the film and I do watch it. I've watched it a few times, and it's about one of those ones where you flick to certain bits, and the bits where Kong is fighting and when they're coming in the helicopters are just really cool. It looks brilliant, and I've always thought I'd really like a poster of that. As you can see, it's massive. They're both pretty big posters. So now I've put them in the frames, and I'm going to leave them in the frames, and I'm going to try and work out where to put them. I'm not going to make any decisions in that for a wee while. I'll wait until everything, or the furniture's come and I've sorted things out, and I'll decide what rooms are going to go in. I'll put a picture up of it. So I got another sort of picture by Keith Haring. Basically, me and my friend went to the Design Museum to see the electronic music exhibition a couple of weeks ago. And while we were going round that, there's some Keith Haring artwork in there. And it just really clicked in my head. I thought I really like the look of that. So I've been looking online and for various things that he does. And I ended up with the one that I've got. And some of these, now I just need to decide what colour frame to get. Some people are saying black. I quite like the idea of a white frame, just to sort of go with the border and really sort of make it, white. Other people have suggested like a yellow frame and maybe a yellow background. To be honest with you, that shape, you don't get a huge amount of choice. Certainly not on Amazon. I can either have white or black. If I want to get any other colour frame, I'm going to have to look somewhere else. But I'm in no hurry, so I'll probably leave that for a little while and decide what I'm going to do on it. Okay, so that is it for this week. I think that's me up to date with my Amazon orders. The only things I'm waiting on now is the big pieces of furniture for the other room. So you might be spared one of these next week. As I say, I'm thinking about the Halloween special. Just depends when things arrive. I'll maybe do one for that. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's like slightly self-indulgent, but what the heck, is something to do. If you've liked the video, then please give me a like. If you like the channel, if you're watching the things that I'm posting, then please subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.